Hi, my name is Thomas Ritter. My wife Shana and I teach riders how to train their own horses. Today I want to talk a little bit about work in hand. There's a lot of things you can do with the work in hand. There's a lot of things you can teach and improve. Today I want to focus a little bit on suppling the hips and the shoulders through some sidestepping exercises. But before I get into that, hit like and subscribe and activate the bell if you're interested, if you want to get more videos like this, and then we'll get right to it. Yeah, so to supple the horse, one of the possibilities for suppling is sidestepping, right? You can supple the shoulders by turning, so that would be corners, voltas, turns on the haunches, that type of thing. You can supple the haunches through sidestepping, like with a turn on the forehand in motion, for example, or of course, yeah, any of the real lateral movements. The full pass supples both the hips and the shoulders, which is also an interesting option. In the turn on the haunches, the front legs, of course, have to travel around the hind legs, and the turn on the forehand, the hind legs have to travel around the front legs, which means the pair of legs that's on the outside has a larger radius, so it has to take bigger steps, quicker steps in a sense, which can be really useful in activating different body parts. And then in the full pass, they have the same distance to cover, so they're traveling at the same speed. So, and you can make combinations of those. You can make exercises by combining several of these, and I can maybe show you real quick a couple of options. And you can do 90-degree turns or 180-degree turns. Let me maybe just start with a turn on the forehand. I'll have to turn around here, and so a nice warm-up exercise is just to go straight on the long side, turn away from the wall. It's like a corner, and then you can ask the haunches to yield and move around the front legs, trying to shift the weight onto the outside hind leg. Go straight, go to the wall, same direction, and then repeat this a couple of times. Of course, you could also stop here, go to the outside, do the turn on the forehand from the old outside leg, so to speak, and then continue in the opposite direction. So that's often a really good alternative as well. You can combine a few of these exercises. Now, if I go to the outside, I can start with a 90-degree turn on the haunches. Just have to make sure his inside hind leg keeps moving. Then I can ask him to move a little bit away from me. That's like a full pass. Then I can ask the haunches to accelerate. So it becomes a turn on the forehand. Now it becomes a full pass. Now I have to half vault a little into the inside hind and turn the shoulders, full pass. And actually these, when you string them together, you have to constantly speed one end of the body up and slow the other end down, which is a bit of a challenge for the horse too. And you can do this in hand as well as under saddle. It's also a pretty strong weight shift onto the pair of legs or the hind legs that's diagonally opposite me. So it can be a really good straightening exercise. If you move away from the shoulder of the stiff side, so to speak, that the horse likes to lean on, and then you transfer the weight of that shoulder to the diagonal hind leg more and more. And so then when you go straight afterwards, the horse will be laterally a lot more balanced, and he'll be much more supple in the hips and shoulders. So I'll show you one more little exercise. It's a combination of turn on the forehand in motion and full pass. It's a square essentially, where the sides of the square consist of full passes, and then the corners are turns on the forehand, 90 degree turn on the forehand. So we could start with the corner basically of our square. So we line up. I usually do them so that the sides of the square are parallel to the long side and the short side. So this was my turn on the forehand in motion. Then we'll go sideways and full pass a few steps. These squares don't have to be big. You don't have to go very far. See, turn on the forehand, full pass. You can kind of see how for the turn on the forehand, I stay in one place, speed up the hind legs, and then for the transition from turn on the forehand to full pass, I walk towards the shoulder and I have to slow down the haunches with a half vault into the outside hind, right? So you're constantly either speeding up the shoulders and slowing down the haunches or vice versa, right? So, and that's a good coordination exercise for the horse, good balancing exercise. You can do this with or without stopping in between. For some horses, it's beneficial if you stop before you go into the next segment because they need time to think about where the legs need to go, where the weight needs to go. Other horses can get behind the aids, and it's better if you keep going, if you stay in the flow of the movement a little bit. So in this video I showed you a couple of options how you can supple the hips and shoulders of the horse with work in hand by either turning the shoulder or by asking the haunches to yield and move sideways out of the way. And so you can combine them to different shapes and figures. You can come up with quite a variety of exercises that contain turns on the forehands, turns on the haunches, and full passes. Yeah, so if you're interested in that sort of thing, if you would like to learn more about work in hand, we have a couple of courses, one more basic, one a little bit more advanced, and you can find the links below. If you found the information useful, then click like and subscribe. You can comment below if you have questions or if you have suggestions for other topics. I'd like to hear from you. And we'll see you in the next video.